What's up? My name is Dale from Creative Pro Website, and today I'm going to show you how to create a dropshipping website like this with WordPress. It has a really clean design that's built with an easy to use theme, and this theme is built specifically for dropshipping so that you as a store owner can seamlessly import dropshipping products, which I'll be covering later, and customers can easily navigate the site, find unique products, and check out all through your store. And you don't need to have any previous website experience or to know any coding at all in order to build this website with me today. I'm going to walk you through the whole process step by step so that by the end of this video you have a beautiful and fully functioning dropshipping website that's turnkey and ready to start making money. So here's an overview of everything I'm going to cover in this tutorial. I'll show you how to get a custom domain name and web hosting. I'll show you how to install WordPress, which is just the free software that we're going to use to build and launch your website. I'll show you how to install an incredible dropshipping plugin and theme that will allow you to import products from a dropshipping website and seamlessly display them on your site. I'll show you where to get products for your store, how to choose the best products, which ones to avoid, and how to import them on your site in just one click. I'll show you how to customize your homepage to fit your brand however you like. I'll show you how to create a free custom logo for your website within minutes using a free online software and how to display it on your site. I'll also show you how to set up email notifications for you and your customers for whenever new orders are placed through your site. I'll show you how to manage those orders easily through the back end of your site, as well as how to set up payment methods such as credit card and debit card and PayPal so that you can instantly receive money to your bank account or your PayPal account. I'll show you how to set up shipping methods such as free and expedited shipping for your products. I'll show you how to create a custom thank you page with an order confirmation for after your customer places an order, and how to test payments on your store and process orders all from your computer so that you never have to touch any product yourself. And there are two common methods of creating a profitable dropshipping store. There's WordPress and there's Shopify. In my opinion, WordPress is way more customizable and it's more affordable. So that's what we're going to be using in today's tutorial. But if you would like to see how to make a dropshipping website with Shopify, then keep an eye on my channel for that as well. So first, what is dropshipping and how does it work? Well, dropshipping is a retail fulfillment method where you as an online store owner don't need to keep any product in stock or ship any product to a customer. For example, you can find a backpack from a manufacturer's website that costs $10 to make, and you can list it on your store for $30. And then when somebody buys that backpack, the order goes to the manufacturer where they'll ship it to the customer and you simply collect a $20 profit for driving the sale. And the common question is, how can you list a product on your website for higher than it costs to make? Well, that's because you as a store owner are putting in the work to make the sale for both you and the manufacturer. So it's basically like a commission because the sale wouldn't have actually happened without you, and the manufacturer makes their money from it as well. And I'll be showing you where to find the best manufacturers to get products to put on your store, as well as how to look for the best shipping methods possible so that your customers will always be satisfied with their experience. Okay, so let's take a look at the website so that you can see the finished product and how it works. So here's our website that I'm going to show you how to make. I'll show you how to create this awesome logo up here to put on your site, as well as this menu up here that's got a drop down to different subcategories. It also shows the product within the drop down menu, which is really cool. So I'll show you how to customize this menu however you want. You've also got different pages like contact us, about pages, things like that. You've got a cart up here as well, which there's nothing currently in the cart, and I'll show you how to add things to the cart. There's a banner over here where you can let these go to different sales and different products on your site, and I'll show you how to customize this banner. And if we scroll down, we've got all of our products here, which I'll show you how to get all these products, import them on your site, create specific pricing so that you can receive a markup whenever people were to buy these products from you. And we've also got our banner over here, which has just got this really cool parallax effect. So I'll show you how to customize that, as well as a featured product slider, which is going to show featured products on your site. And then down here, we've also got all of our footer elements as well. I'll show you how to load all these pages, like the about page, blog, privacy policy, all that kind of stuff, all within this tutorial. And it's super easy for a customer to come in and add something to their cart. So if they were to just come in and pick a product, like let's say this one, and you can see the product here. We've got all different product images over here on the left, which I'll show you how to import these instantly with one click as well. And they can just go ahead and add this to their cart. And you can see it's just been added to the cart there. And then there's a really cool checkout page, which I will show you how to customize this checkout page to have all of these trusted stickers on it. It's all going to be a one-page checkout. I'll show you how to create the different shipping methods and as well as the payment methods down here. So that is an overview of the final website that you're going to end up with by the end of this tutorial. Okay, so now that you've seen the site, let's jump into building it. Step number 1 is to get a domain name and web hosting. To do that, just click on the very first link in the description, or you can go over to createaprowebsite.com/hosting. And this will take you to a special co-branded landing page that I have with HostGator.com. And HostGator is where I host all of my websites. I have dozens with them because they're fast, reliable, and affordable. And they offer 24/7 customer support. So if anything were to ever happen to your site, then you can contact them and they'll have it fixed within minutes. So there's a few different plans here. We've got the hatchling, the baby, and the business. Now the baby is what I recommend because then you have unlimited domains. So it doesn't matter how many you want to buy, you can always add on more under one hosting plan. And then the business is really only what I recommend if your website starts making a lot of money. Then I recommend upgrading to the business plan. But for now, let's just say that you're just starting out, you want to give this a shot for the first time, then you can always do the hatchling plan. You still get a single domain, a free SSL, so it's a great plan. So let's just go ahead and click on Buy Now. And here is where you can get a custom domain name for your site. Or if you already have one, you can just click on this tab right here and hook that up. But I'm going to get a brand new one. So I'm just going to type in a custom domain that I want to get. And here you can see in green that it is available. And there's a few other options here like .club, .site, all these, but I really recommend sticking with a .com whenever possible. It's definitely the most professional looking. So let's just go ahead and scroll down. And then we're going to want to make sure that we leave the domain privacy protection checked, because otherwise all of your personal information like your email and your phone number are going to be public, and then solicitors will be able to call you and offer you stuff about your website, and it's really annoying. So HostGator offers this domain privacy protection to protect your information. So I highly recommend leaving that checked. And then let's just go ahead and scroll down, and you've got your hosting plan. So just make sure this says hatchling or whichever plan that you chose. And then you've got your billing cycle, which is automatically set to 36 months, which is going to give you the biggest discount, especially if you're using that link in the description. And then you've also got 12 months, which is my recommendation if you don't want to commit to 36. 12 months is still a full year, especially if you're going to be creating a dropshipping store. It really helps to give it a full year's try. And you still is only about $3.95 a month and still a massive discount. But let's just say that you're just getting started, you're not quite sure yet, you want to give it 1 month and just see what happens. Then you can always do the 1 month and it's still going to be 30% off. So let's just go ahead and select that one for now. And then just scroll down and create a HostGator account. So I'm just going to put in an email and then just a security pin for your account. And then just go ahead and scroll down. And here we can enter in our billing info to purchase hosting. So you've got a credit card, or you can do PayPal if you'd like. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the credit card information. Cool. And then just scroll down over to the Add Additional Services section. And here we're actually going to uncheck the SiteLock Essentials as well as back up your hard work, and make sure that all of this is unchecked, because I do actually have videos on my channel that show you how to do these things for free. So I've got ones on how to back up your site, how to get a professional email, which would be your name at yourcustomdomainname.com. So I'm going to go ahead and put some videos in the description for these things in case you want to do that. But for now, you can just leave all these unchecked and then just scroll down and make sure that your coupon code says Create a Pro Website, which it does. And this is what's going to get you that massive discount that I was talking about. And this is my affiliate link, so I do receive a commission whenever you use it, but it also saves you a lot of money. So it also helps fund these free YouTube tutorials that I'm putting out. So it's just a win-win for both. But if you don't want to use it, you definitely don't have to. You can still follow along. but this is definitely going to be the largest discount that you're going to be able to find anywhere on the internet because I worked it out special with HostGator myself. Okay, so we can just go ahead and check everything here. So our domain name went from $18 down to just $5, and our hosting went from $10.95 down to $7.67. And this is going to be a larger discount if you went for the 12 months or the 36 months. And if you did the 12 or the 36 or anything like that, you're going to be paying for it up front, but it will be less money per month. So now I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down and just agree to the terms, and then click on Checkout Now. Cool, so now HostGator is setting up your account, so just give that a minute. Cool, so once you're brought to this page, all you have to do now is just click on View Your Dashboard. And here you can see your hosting plan with your new custom domain name. Cool, so now we can move on to step number 2, which is to install WordPress. WordPress is the free software that we're going to be using to build our site. So let's just go ahead and get it. So to do that, just simply click on Install WordPress right here. And then from this menu, just simply click on Install Now. And then just make sure that you're on the latest version of WordPress, which we are. And then just make sure that you have your custom domain name right here with the HTTPS right here. And then just go ahead and scroll down and you can give your site a name right here. And don't worry, you can always change this later. And then just a site description. And in the site description, I included a couple keywords that I might want Google to read, like outdoor gear and camping supplies. And I kind of worked them into the description. Okay, so now we can just move down and go to the admin username. We're just going to go ahead and change this to our name and then just create a custom password. So you can just delete that one and just put in a custom one. And this is the password that you're going to be using to sign on to your WordPress website anytime that you want. And then the admin email, we're just going to go ahead and change that to our same email that we use to sign up for HostGator with. And then just scroll down and make sure that your language is set to whichever one that you want. I'm going to leave mine as English. And then we can just skip the rest of this stuff and scroll all the way to the bottom and click on Install. Cool, so now WordPress is installing, so just give that a minute. Awesome, so WordPress was successfully installed, and this administrative URL here is what you're going to use every time that you want to sign into your new website. So you could just click this here, or the way to really get used to it is just to go to a new tab, type in your new domain name, .com/wp-admin, just like that, and then click enter. And if you get taken to a page that looks like this, it's because your site has to propagate. And what that means is that HostGator now has to send out your new domain name that you just registered across the entire world to let every server in the world know that, hey, this new domain name now exists and it's live. And this process can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and it really usually only takes about 10 minutes for me, but it can actually take up to 24 hours. So don't panic if you don't see the WordPress sign-in just yet. Just refresh the page every now and then, or go to this new domain name right here and just check on it every few minutes. So once you see a page that looks like this, we can go ahead and log in. So I'm just going to put in my admin name right there and then my password. And then just click login. And here we are inside the WordPress dashboard, which looks a little daunting at first glance. So let's just go ahead and hit the X on all of the boxes that you see to kind of clean things up a little bit. There we go, that looks a lot better. Okay, so now step number 3 is to configure WordPress settings. So we're just going to change a few settings in WordPress to make sure that our dropshipping site is going to work perfectly. So to do that, let's just simply go on over to users and then go to all users. And then just click on your name. And from here, you can change the color scheme of WordPress if you want. So you can change it to anything that you want, and it's going to have a different appearance depending on which one that you pick. I personally just like the default, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. We can come down here. Here's where you can change your nickname if you want the site to call you something other than just your name. You can put that here. You've got your email. And if we come down here, you can put in a profile picture for yourself that will show up here, up at the top right. And then you can also create a new password here. So if you wanted to change your password, you could just click on generate password, just delete that one and then put in a new one. But I like the password that I have, so I'm going to just go ahead and leave that. And this is mainly just preference stuff. Now, something that we do have to do is change our permalink structure. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's just go on over to settings and then just go over to permalinks down here. And we'll just say, yeah, we'll leave the site. And then from here, we're going to change it from day and name like this over to post name, so that it has our domain name and then whatever post is that we create. And then just come down here and click on Save Changes. And next, we're just going to go over to Plugins and then go to Installed Plugins. And we're just going to delete some plugins that we're not using just so they're not taking up space on our site. So we can just go ahead and delete the Hello Dolly. We can delete the Askomet Anti-Spam. They're both not even active. So to delete these, we'll just go ahead and click on these boxes and then just go over to Bulk Actions. And we'll just go over to delete and then just click apply and just say OK. There we go. So those are now deleted. And we can also deactivate Jetpack, Mojo, and Opt-in Monster because we're not really using those either. So we're just going to click on all of these and we're just going to go to deactivate and then just click on apply. There we go. And then you can delete them also by just simply clicking on each one again, going to bulk actions and clicking on delete. And then just click apply. And then just say OK. Okay, so step number 4 is to install a dropshipping theme and plugins. So in order to make our website look like a professional store and work well with dropshipping, we need to go get a dropshipping theme. So what we're going to do is just go up here to a new browser and just go ahead and type in createaprowebsite.com/Ali. And then you'll be brought to the AliDropship website, and what we're going to do is just click on Buy Plugin. So what we're going to be doing is getting the AliDropship plugin as well as a theme that we can use for our website. So what we're going to do is just click on Buy Now for only $89. And then just go ahead and put in your email. And then you can put in your card number over here. And over here is where you can put in a coupon code to make it cheaper. Now it's currently Halloween and they're running a sale which is 35% off. Now if this isn't here and you do need to use a coupon code, you can always use Create a Pro Website and then just click on the check mark and then that will save you money as well. It's currently about 15% off, and this is my affiliate link, so I do receive a commission whenever you use it, but again, it helps fund these free YouTube tutorials and it saves you money, so it's a win-win for both. But if there's a better coupon code out there, feel free to use it. Okay, so now just go ahead and click on Complete Order. Cool, now it says congratulations, you've purchased the AliDropship plugin. And we can just go ahead and skip all these extra offers over here and just scroll down to the bottom and then just say skip this step. And then we can also go ahead and skip this as well. So we'll just scroll down to the bottom here all the way and say skip this step. They're just kind of giving you some extra offers if you want them. Okay, so now here is your license key, which you're going to end up needing. And here's where you can download the plugin. So it's going to depend on your PHP version for WordPress. And if you just signed up for WordPress at the beginning of this video, then you're likely going to have the most up-to-date PHP. So you can just go ahead and download the plugin for the latest version. And then you can see that just hit my downloads over here. And then what we're going to do is click on See All Themes. And then from here, we can go ahead and select a new theme. So what we're going to do is just scroll down. And you'll see a bunch of themes here, and some of these are going to be paid themes, but there are going to be some free ones in here. So let's just scroll down, and you can see there's a free one here, but what we're going to be using is the Dali theme right here, and just make sure that whatever one that you choose, it has the little AliDropship symbol next to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Dali theme. So let's just click on View Details. And here you can kind of get a little bit of a preview of what that's going to look like on mobile and desktop. And then we can just go ahead and click on Download Theme. Cool, so that just hit my downloads there. So I'm just going to go ahead and move these two to my desktop. Okay, so I've got my theme and my plugin right here on my desktop. So let's go ahead and get these uploaded. So I'm just going to go back over to WordPress. And if we currently look at our site right now, so if we just go up to our site name and click on Visit Site, I'll just open this up in a new tab. You can see that our site looks pretty basic. So this is like the default WordPress theme. Doesn't look good, obviously not equipped for a store. So let's go ahead and close that. And let's go ahead and upload our new theme. So we'll just go over to Appearance and then go over to Themes. And here you can see all of our currently installed themes, but what we want to do is add a new theme. So you can click this button here or the one up here. And then we're just going to click on Upload Theme right up here. And then we're just going to choose File, go over to our theme here on our desktop. So I'm going to click on DALL-E and click on Open. And then Install Now. Cool, so that theme was successfully installed. Now all we got to do is click on Activate. Cool, so now you can see that that theme is now active right here. So now what happens if we go up to our site and just click on Visit Site, we'll just open that up in a new tab. You can see that it's going to say, please activate the AliDropship plugin. So let's go ahead and do that now. So what we're going to do is go over to Plugins and then go over to Add New. And then we're just going to go up here to Upload Plugin and then choose File. And we're just going to grab that plugin here and click on Open and then Install Now. Cool, so it was successfully installed and now we can just click on Activate Plugin. Cool, so now that that plugin is activated, you can see that we've got the AliDropship menu over here. So you can just go ahead and click on that. And that's going to change to all of the AliDropship stuff. And if you ever want to go back to the main menu, you can just click on Main Menu and switch between them. But what we're going to do is go to AliDropship, and then we're going to come all the way down to License and click on that. And here we're going to put in our license key. So let's just go back over to AliDropship and grab our license key here. And just copy it, and then come over here, and then just paste it in. And then just click on Activate. Cool, so it says congratulations, your license has been activated up here in green. And if you ever have any problems, then just make sure that your PHP version is up to date, which you can do by logging into the cPanel for HostGator, and you can do it yourself there, or what I recommend is contacting HostGator support through your cPanel, and they'll do it for you in less than 5 minutes. But if you just installed WordPress with me during this tutorial, everything should be up to date already. And this license key is good for one domain. Now you can actually switch it to a new domain if you want to. You just have to contact AliDropship and have it deactivated, and then you could just put it onto a new domain name. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to be doing is getting the AliDropship Chrome extension. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm just going to close out of some of these tabs, and I'll just open up a new one. And then in the search bar, I'm just going to type in AliDropship Chrome extension. And then just go ahead and click on this one right here. That's chrome.google.com. And then we're just going to say add to Chrome. And then we're just going to say add extension. Cool, so it just said AliDropship has been added to Chrome. You can see the little symbol up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of that. And we're going to need one more Chrome extension, which is going to be really helpful for importing our products onto our store. So what we're going to do is just go up to a new browser window again, and we're just going to type in AliExpress image downloader. And then you'll see chrome.google right here. So just go ahead and click on the first one. And then you'll see AliExpress image downloader. Let's just go ahead and add that to Chrome. And then just say add extension. Cool, so now you can see AliExpress image downloader has been added to Chrome. So let's just go ahead and exit out of that. So the next thing we're going to do is actually hook up our AliDropship plugin to our Chrome extension. So what we're going to do is just click on the little puzzle piece up here, and then we're just going to click on AliDropship. And then you're going to see that we can hook up our WordPress website to it. So let's just go ahead and grab our URL. So let's just go back over to our website. And we're just going to go over to our URL right here. And we are just going to grab from the HTTPS all the way to the .com, just the regular URL, and click copy. And then come back over here and just click on that little puzzle piece again. Go to AliDropship, and we're just going to put that in here. Just like that, and then click add. Cool, so now it was just added right here. So let's just go ahead and click on login. And then we'll just go ahead and click on authorize. Cool, so now you can see that it has been authorized up here. So we'll just go ahead and close that. Okay, so now let's move on to step number 5, which is to import products. So I'm going to talk about where to find products, as well as the best products to pick, and even talk about the best way to structure your store. So let's just go ahead and go back over to WordPress first. And then underneath the AliDropship menu over here, we're just going to go over to import, and then go over to import products. And then we're just going to click on direct import from AliExpress. And that's going to take us over to aliexpress.com. Now, if you don't already have an account, just go up here to account and click on join, and then you can join for free. It's super easy. It takes literally 2 seconds. But what I'm going to do is just sign into my account. And AliExpress is going to be the best place to find dropshipping products. And you've got all sorts of categories over here for whatever niche that your store is about. You can find that over here. Now, with that said, there are about 3 different types of stores. The first is kind of like an anything and everything store. It's going to be a hodgepodge of just whatever best products are selling right now. So it could be things like home goods mixed with, clothing, mixed with gadgets, and it's just going to be like this craziness. So yes, you'll be selling like some of the top products, but it's all going to be mixed together, and your store is not going to look like a legit brand. So it's not really my recommendation. The second is a niche store, which is going to be something that I'm doing today, like outdoor products. So it could be anything though. It could be men's fashion, pretty much any one of these categories over here. You could create a brand within one of these categories, and then you've got, a whole bunch of products within that category that you'd put on the site. But at least there is kind of a whole niche focus and a brand around it. And then the third store is going to be product focused. So it's going to be focused on mainly one type of product. So something like this with this massage gun here. So you could have a whole store based around those massage guns and a few different brands of those massage guns on your site. And your site would be called something like themassagegun.com or something like that. So that's really just product focused. So let's say that you chose a niche and you want to find products. So let's just go over here to the categories, or you can actually search up here if you want. No, goth is not my latest search. This is just kind of like a placeholder that AliExpress gives you. So I'm just going to go over here to outdoor, fun, and sports, and you can see we've got all these subcategories here: fishing, cycling, swimming, things like that. So you can search for products like this. But what I'm going to do is just go over here and I'm going to type in, let's say, backpack. And here you can see that we've got a ton of backpack products to choose from. Now, what I do recommend doing is staying away from large brand names, because people are going to easily be able to find these on the actual brand name's website. So really, why would they want to buy it from you if they can get it there from that legit site? Now, I'm not saying that your site is not legit, but it's a little hard to compete with Nike and Champion, things like that. So if you're doing, especially clothing, if you're seeing a lot of Nike, things like that, try to avoid those large brands. What you want to do is pick something that's more unique, something that the customer feels like they can only get it on your site because they haven't seen it anywhere else. So I really wouldn't want to go with something basic like this backpack or this one, because I feel like I've seen a lot of these, or even these. We've seen a lot of these backpacks around. But this charging one is pretty cool because I haven't really seen a lot of charging backpacks. Maybe I live under a rock, I don't know. But what I'm going to do is actually type in charging backpack. And here we've got a few other options here. We've got this one here. And pay attention to the amount sold. So there's 675 sold on this one. It's also got 4.9 stars, not reviews, and it says free return. And then we've also got this one that's 1,220 sold, 4.9 free return. We've got a few different options here. So if we just keep scrolling, you can see there's a bunch in here. This one's 235 sold, 263. Really try to pay attention to the price as well. So this one's a bit expensive. It gets up to $69, and then you're going to have to mark that up even more on your site in order to actually make a commission. So I think I'm going to go with something like this one because it's around $35 to $40, and then I can mark that up to around $60. And it's also got free returns and a decent amount sold, so it's proven to actually work. People like it, but it's not too high that, you know, it's found everywhere on the internet. And then also a high rating. And then the other thing I also recommend doing is whenever you're searching through products, which I should have done a second ago, is to search by free shipping and then also search by orders. That way it'll show you how many orders are on each one. So you can see that we've got a bunch here with high orders. So again, I'm going to go with this one here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. So the very first thing that I'm going to do whenever I find a new product that I might want to sell is to check the images and videos to see if this actually has some images and videos that are good for actually promoting the product. So we've got, you know, this kind of close-up of the bag here, which is also a video. Then we've also got the product being used, so you can see for size comparison, things like that, you know, all the little added features, which if we just hover over this, you can see all the little added features here. So I think this is a pretty good product. And the next thing that you want to do whenever you find the product that you want is to check the reviews and the star ratings as well. So we've got 93%, 5 stars, that's pretty good. So we'll also go check the reviews. And just make sure that nobody's really saying anything super negative about it that's consistent. So really just looking at first glance at these, people seem to be pretty happy about these. So really just make sure that nothing is kind of sticking out like, oh, the proportions were way off or the quality was way low. You really want to look out for stuff like that, because if you're selling poor products on your website, you're going to get bad reviews. Your website is not going to do as well. It's not going to rank as well. Your ads aren't going to work as well if you want to run ads to it, and all around just a bad look. So just check the reviews down here to make sure that there's nothing standing out in here. And what we also want to do is check to see if this product is sold by other sellers. So you can come over here to the little search symbol right here and just click on that. And then you can just check to see if this is cheaper on other sellers. So we'll just say ready, go to products. And then you can see all of the different versions of it here. But honestly, it looks like as far as the pricing goes, we've got the best one. This one says it goes down to 29 but up to 40, but it doesn't have any good reviews or anything like that. So it really looks like we picked the best one. So we can go ahead and close out of that. You just really want to check the competition, see if there's anything with good reviews and a decent amount sold that's also cheaper. But it doesn't look like there is. We got the best one, so let's just go ahead and close out of that. Go back to our product. We'll just close out of this. So the next thing that we want to do is check our shipping. So what we're going to do is go over here. It says ships from. We've got China, Spain, and the Russian Federation. So if I were to click on something like Spain, you can see that they cannot deliver to the United States, which is where I reside right now. So it's really going to depend on where you are right now, but both the Russian Federation and Spain don't deliver to the United States, so I would need to select China. And now you can see down here the shipping method to the United States says delivered before January 31st, which is pretty long. That's about 3 months away. So what I'd want to do is actually click in this area here that says to the United States via the seller shipping method, and I'm going to change that. So you can see for the United States, we've got just the standard one. That's the seller shipping method that is before January 31st. That's way too long away. Now we've also got this one, which is November 29th. That is about a month away. It's a bit better, but still kind of a long time to get a product. So you can also select different countries and really focus in on those that have better shipping methods. So let me show you. If I were to type in something closer to China, like Australia or New Zealand, Australia is bigger, it's got a lot more people in it, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in. You can see that now we've got free shipping, which is 10 to 18 days, 13 to 20. These are a lot better. So I just want to go ahead and select one of those, and then I could just click on apply. So just make sure that you're checking the shipping on all of your products. And then obviously you'd want to select the sizes that you'd want to sell on your store as well, and then you've got the colors here as well. And keep in mind that when you're picking a product, you're essentially also picking a company that you want to partner with. So meaning that if they have spotty reviews or really long shipping rates, then it's really not going to reflect very good on your store, because then your customers are going to get their product way late, or if the reviews are bad, the product's not going to be very good. It's going to reflect badly on you, but it's because of this company. So make sure that you are working with companies that you trust. Now, you don't have to know a lot about them. You can really trust the reviews here, and then as well as the orders as well. But this Kingston seems like a great company to go with. And then also the shipping to Australia, even the United States, 3 to 4 weeks isn't ideal, but it's not terrible. So I think that this is a pretty good product. So what we're going to do is actually just go up here whenever we want to use this product and click on edit. And the first thing that we'd want to do is just edit our title up here. So this is actually a pretty long title, so let's just go ahead and edit that. We might want to do something like maybe waterproof, because this is on my outdoor website. So waterproof laptop backpack, we'll say with external USB charger. And then you can kind of just get rid of the rest of this stuff, just like that. Or you could even just do waterproof backpack if you want. This is a laptop bag, so I can leave that. So once that looks good, you'd also want to edit the permalink here as well. So I'll just go ahead and click on that. And then you can see we've got a lot of words here. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of these. We'll just do something like waterproof backpack external USB. And just go ahead and leave it as that. So make sure that you've got the little dashes in between the words, because you can't leave any spaces in a permalink. So we'll just go ahead and leave it as that and just click on a little check mark, just to kind of shorten it up a bit. But leaving, keywords like backpack or waterproof backpack or laptop backpack. These are keywords that people might be searching on Google, so they're important to leave in the title. And we can also add a new category for this product. So I'm going to click on add category. And we'll call this, let's say, backpacks. And we'll just say add. And I could even do something like waterproof backpacks. And then the parent category I would want to put as backpacks. So that way waterproof backpacks would be underneath backpacks. And just click on add. And then if I wanted, I could also maybe do laptop backpack. And then that's also going to be underneath backpacks. And then we're just going to scroll down some more. And here's where you can edit the description. So you can get rid of any of the stuff that you want. So let's say I want to get rid of this mid-year sale thing. I can just delete that. And then we've also got this image here. These images are pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and leave these in here. Just want to check and make sure that this is all stuff that you want on your site. So it's got the differences here. We maybe don't really need these differences between the Model A and the Model B, but I do like that it has this image of people wearing them. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that as well. Actually, I like all of these images a lot more. So what I'm going to do is come up here, and we're just going to get rid of this one. We're going to get rid of this as well as this one, because I want it to go straight into these products, or these product photos, sorry. So these look pretty good. So just make sure that you edit these images and the description in order to show everything about the product that you would want on your site. So I can maybe get rid of these. Actually, it's showing that it's anti-theft. I'll just go ahead and leave that. And then I'll get rid of this dropshipping image down here at the bottom as well. So that looks pretty good. It's a lot of images. Could maybe get rid of some if I really want to, but for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave them. We can always edit this stuff later. And all of the description stuff is actually in these images. If you wanted, you could just write a description by just writing it up here in this space up here and just listing all the features of the backpack, the dimensions, and everything else. I'm not really gonna bore you with that information, so I'll just go ahead and leave it the way that it is. But that's where you'd wanna put that information if it's not already in these images. So next thing that we're gonna do is just click on Add to Import List right up here. And now if we just go back over to our WordPress website, and then we go over to the main menu right here, we can go down to Products and then just go over to All Items. And you can see that our backpack was imported right here, which is really cool. And this is unpublished right now, so it was just added to the import list. If you wanted straight from AliExpress on your product, you could just go over and publish it if you wanted. Now I've already added it to my import list, so you're not going to see that button up in here. But what I'm going to do is just go find a few more products. I want about 4 or 5 products on my site. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of these windows and just go back over to our main AliExpress search, and I'm going to search for another product. Now remember, you want unique products that people can't really find in store or anywhere else. You want them to have a sense of urgency to buy this product from you straight away. So I'm going to get some pretty interesting stuff. So I'm going to do something like a portable fire pit. Something that you can take camping and set up a fire anywhere. So something that's easy to carry around. Maybe something like this, which looks pretty good. It's got a 4.9 rating. It's got 119 sold. Let's go ahead and click on that. Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm looking for. It's portable, it's unique. I've never really seen it before. It honestly is something that I would buy. So I'm gonna go with this product. Now again, check the images, check the search to make sure that it's not sold cheaper elsewhere. This is pretty cheap. I can mark that up pretty high, and then also check your shipping as well. And then you can just go over to edit and then make sure that you add the categories and edit the title in here as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of all of this and just keep portable outdoor fire pit in there, or you can do collapsing outdoor fire pit. I'll add some categories. Like camping accessories. And I'll do fire pits and then add that to the camping accessories parent category. Click on add. Also make sure that you're editing your permalink. Almost forgot about that. So let's go up here, portable outdoor fire pit. We'll just get rid of the rest of this and just click on the check mark. And then again, you've got your description down here, which I talked about earlier. As far as writing it in, it's got all the specifications here. You'd maybe want to write a little description about it up here as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave all of this stuff because I already showed you how to edit this information. So what we're going to do is just go up here, and you can either publish or you can add that to the import list. Publishing will technically make it go live, but there's really nobody on your site just yet if you're just getting started, so that's totally okay. But I'm just going to go ahead and add it to the import list. And then I'm just quickly going to go back and find a couple more products as well, since I've already shown you how to do this a couple times. And the other thing that I want to mention is that if you ever want to download these images in order to edit them yourself, you can just click on this button right here. And that's going to instantly download them to your downloads folder down there. And then you could re-upload them on your site after making whatever changes you want. But also, if you want to, if you were to just click on edit and then scroll all the way down to the image gallery at the bottom, down here, So if you wanted to, if there was a logo up here in the top left or the top right, wherever it might be, there are no logos really on these images. But if you wanted, you could just click on the pencil icon and then you would be able to just kind of paint over that logo. And then you've got a few other editing settings in here that you can use as well. Maybe you want to blur it out. It really just depends. You can just play with some effects in here, but I'm not going to get too deep into this. Really just removing the logo is more of the important part. So I'm just going to go ahead and X out of this, and we are just going to head back over to our site. And let's just refresh this page now that we've got all of our products in here. So let's just see if they pop up. There we go. Now I've got a bunch of different products in here. And you can edit all of these products in here as well in WordPress. So like I said, there is a logo on this one, so I'd probably want to switch out this image or maybe cover up that logo. So you could just go over here to edit. And then you can edit the item description in here and all of the images here as well. So you can do everything on WordPress that you can over on AliExpress. And then I would just want to go over to the featured image and maybe change that to a different one, or I could just click on the little pencil icon and we can just kind of paint out that logo. So I'm just going to grab the eyedropper. I'll just kind of grab this like light blue color and we'll just paint this out. Something like that. You could even grab maybe this white color over here. Just make sure that you're, kind of being artistic about this to a certain degree. In fact, we'll just kind of paint over this whole area. There we go. And then you could also get rid, so if you're selling this to other countries, you could also get rid of this as well. And that is generally how you edit your images. And then I'll just click on save. And then there you can see our image was just updated. So the next thing that I'm going to do is publish all of these products. So right now they're all in my import list. I want to make sure that I publish them all. So I'll just go ahead and publish this water bottle one while I'm here. And then I'm going to go back over to products and go to all items and click on that. And you can see that the water bottle has been published right here. So I'd want to go back into all of these and publish these as well. So I'm just going to do that real fast. So I'll just click on quick edit. And then I'm going to change the status to published and click on update. And then I'm just going to do the same for all these. Okay, so now all of my products have been published. So what I'm going to do is just go back over to my store and I'm just going to open that up in a new tab. And I'm just going to scroll down and you can see my products here. Now obviously I'm going to show you how to edit the entire style of your site a little bit later in this tutorial. But for right now we've got our products in here and you can see that the prices have not changed. So there are the original prices from AliExpress, and what we want to do is actually mark them up because this is how we're going to make our profit. So this money is actually going to be going to the manufacturer, while any sort of markup or margin is going to go to us. So let's just go back over to WordPress, and we're just going to go over to the AliDropship menu over here, and we're just going to come down to settings, and we're going to go to pricing. And then for the pricing markup formula, you can add your own formulas if you want, but I really just think the add recommended is a great way to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the add recommended. And you can see now that we've got all of these little if-then statements here. So if the product is $0 or less, it costs $1, all the way to if the product is $5 or less, it's going to cost around $30. 30 to 50, 50 to 100, and so on. It's going to mark these up by a certain value. So then if we were to just go over and save this, so we'll just go down here to save changes, and then just click on update prices. And then just go back over to our website, and we're just going to refresh the page. And we'll just scroll down. And you can see that now our products have been marked up. Now the only thing about this is that now they're all kind of got these like, 95, 26, 50. So what we want to do is price rounding. So they are marked up now, so we are going to receive our commissions off of these margins, but we want to make sure they're price rounded so that they look better on the site. So let's just go back over to WordPress, and we're going to check price rounding like that. Then click Save Changes, and just update the prices again. And then let's just go back over to our site, and we're just going to refresh the page again. And there we go. Now you can see these are all even numbers now, which look a lot better. And let's just say that there's a certain product that you want to mark the price up even more. So like this one over here, the portable fire pit, I think $12 for this whole thing is kind of cheap. So I'd like to mark this up to like $20, $25, maybe even possibly more. So if I want to do that individual product, I can just go back over to WordPress, and I'm just going to go to the main menu, and then I'm going to go down to products and go to all items. And then I'm just going to scroll down to that product, and I'm just going to click on edit. And then just scroll all the way to the bottom. And you can see that we've got the price here, so you can edit the regular product price and then the sale product price. So let's just say the regular is something like, I don't know, $39, and we're going to sell this for, let's say, $25, like that. And then you can just go ahead and click on update, and we'll just say okay. And you can see it says changes saved successfully right up here. So now if we just go back over to our site and we just refresh this, now you can see that it says $25. So that's how you can edit individual products as far as the pricing goes. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to do is import reviews. So right now you can see that we've got the product, we've got the price, but there's no 5-star review on here to tell people whether it is a good product or not. Even if we were to click on a product, it's not going to show us the reviews. So you can see it says 0 reviews right here, which isn't a good look. So you want your products to look really trustworthy. So what we're going to do is import these reviews. So just go on back over to WordPress, and then just go back to products, and we'll just go to all items. And I'm just going to click on my backpack product. So I'll just go over to edit. And then I'm just going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And then you can see we've got reviews right over here. So I'll just go ahead and click on that. And then for reviews, we're going to go over to only 5 stars. We're going to change that to 4 stars and higher. So we're only going to show the highest reviews here. And then you've got a few other settings here, like removing images in the reviews. So if you just want text reviews, you can say that, or you can only do ones with images by selecting this option here. But I kind of like all reviews to be able to come through. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that, because the more reviews you have, the better. So it really shouldn't matter whether they have images with them or not. And then you can say to skip certain reviews with certain keywords. You can write those keywords in here. So if there's certain words that you don't want to show up in your reviews, or bad reviews based on certain keywords, you can write them in here. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave that blank, and then just say import now. Cool. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click on update over here. And then I'm just going to go back over to this product, and I'm just going to refresh the page. And now you can see that we've got all of our reviews here. So if we just scroll back to the top and just scroll down a little bit, you can see 20 reviews, and they're all here. And then they can just click on that button to close them, or you can click on it again to open them. And they've got all the images here which can be clicked on. So that's pretty cool. So you can do that with all of your products by simply just going over to products, all items, and then you can go ahead and enable reviews on each product. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these products right now real quick. Okay, so now I've got all of my reviews imported for all my products, and we can move on to step number 6, which is to customize your homepage. So if we were to just go over to the homepage, you can see that obviously this is all pretty stock. So we want to customize it, make it look like our own outdoor store for this, or whatever store that you are going for. And so I'm going to show you how to customize all of this stuff. Now, first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of clean up these tabs up here, get rid of everything that we're not using, keep a nice clean environment. Okay, so let's just go back over to WordPress. And what we're going to do is just go over to the AliDropship menu over here. And the first thing that we're going to do is just go on over to customization, and we're going to go to home. And here is where you're going to edit all of that stuff. So you can see that we're using a slider on this website, so it's going to slide between these different banner images. So you've got banner 1 here, which you've got the desktop size, which is about 1920 by 960 pixels. And then you've got the mobile version. So this is just a little bit lower resolution image for mobile, since they're looking at a smaller screen. Having a lower resolution image on here will help it load a lot faster on a phone. So you want to have one for each. Now, I do have images in the description if you want to follow along with me that we're going to use to replace all these images, and you can just instantly download those from the description. And if you do want to get free images to use on your site, I commonly just use pixabay.com, and they've got tons of free images, so I could just search whatever I want, like hiking, and I'm just going to get tons of images that have to do with hiking and the outdoors. And if you wanted to use any of them, you could just come over here, click on one, say free download, and you can download the 1920 by 1280 to use for the desktop banner. And then I just downloaded the 640 by 426 to use as the mobile banner. And all you have to do is just click on download, and then it will just enter your downloads. So this is a great place to get free images. Now, these sizes are also kind of like a recommendation, but it's okay to kind of hover around them and to not have the exact same size. And we've got 3 of them. So we've got that one, this one, as well as this one. So we're going to start by replacing all 3 of these. So if you've downloaded the images in the description, let's just go ahead and upload these. So I'm just going to click on remove for banner number 1, and I'm just going to click on upload to put in a new one, and just go over to select files, which is underneath upload files right here. And then we're just going to go over to where our images are, and again, you can download these in the description. And I've already labeled them, so we're going to go with banner 1 desktop and click on open. And there you can see our image was uploaded, so now we'll just click on select. That's going to put that in, and then you can also just crop the image if you want to as well. So I'll probably just bring this down just a bit, and then just click on crop. And there we go. And then we want to do the same for the banner 1 mobile. So we're going to remove this one, and then just upload a new one. And we're going to go over to upload files, select files, and we're going to grab the banner 1 mobile, click on open, and then just click on select. And you can see that this is about 640 by 427, so I went even lower than their normal recommended size, but again, it's on a phone, so the resolution will be just fine. So I'm just going to click on select, and then you can also crop the mobile version as well. I think it looks pretty good right around there, so I'll just click on crop. Cool. So now we're just going to scroll down, and we'll do the rest of the images, and then I'll show you how to come back and edit the text and the button text and everything else. So let's just go ahead and do banner number 2. And you can see that these are banners because if we go to our site, you can see that this kind of switches through a few different images like that. So let's just go ahead and remove this one and upload a new one. And go to upload files, select files, and you can actually select all of these images at once and upload them all to your media library. So I'm just going to go ahead and select all of these, and then just click on open. Cool. And then once those are all uploaded, you can just select the one that you want. So this is banner 2 desktop. You can see the name right over here. So I'm going to select that one, and you can crop it if you want. And then I will also do this one. So I'm going to just remove, upload, select the banner 2 mobile, select. You can crop that as well. And then we're also going to do banner 3, upload, banner 3 desktop, select, crop, and then banner 3 mobile, remove, upload, banner 3 mobile, select, and then crop. So now I'm just going to go ahead and save my changes so that I can show you what that looks like. So I'll just say save settings. You can see changes have been saved right up there. So now I'm just going to go back over to my website and click on refresh. Cool. So now you can see we've got our new images in here, which is really cool. And it shifts between them all. You can see the little counter down here. It's about 5 seconds per image. So it looks like it's working great. And if you want to alter how fast those go, we can just go up to the top. And you can see that we've got our rotating time is 5 seconds right here. So you could change it to 10 or 3 if you wanted to go faster. I think 3 is a little fast, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with the standard 5. And you can also change the text font size over here for desktop and mobile, as well as the link font size. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave them the way that they are because I think they look pretty good just as the standard sizes. And then you can also enable a video here for Android devices if you want to, and you can put in the YouTube video right here. But I like the pictures. I'm going to go ahead and stick with them. Just want to show you that that's where you can do that, as well as the link color as well. But white stands out pretty good on our website. This is the white text with the white link here. I think it stands out pretty well against these dark backgrounds, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. So if we go back over to our website, you can see that we've got our text here, as well as the Shop Now button over here. So if you want to change that text, you can just go over here to whatever banner it is. So this is banner number 1. You can just come down below here, and it says great collection of best products. You can edit that text here if you want as well as the Shop Now button. You could change it to anything that you want. Again, I like the standard options because Shop Now is obviously a pretty good way to go for a dropshipping store, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. But you can write, more detailed things about your products in here, or if you're running like a sale, you can put, whatever is on sale or whatever the season sale is that you're doing. And then you can put in the links to your products down here. So this is the thing that we would definitely want to change. So let's say that I wanted to change this. So this picture has a backpack in it. So let's just say that this first banner, I wanted to change the text to maybe something like all backpacks on sale now, like that. And then you would want to change the banner link to go to our backpack product. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is just go over to products over here and go to all items, and I'm just going to open that up in a new tab. And then I'm just going to go down to my backpack product, and I'll just click on view. And then you just want to take this URL up here for the backpack product and just come put that in here for the banner number 1 link. So you just delete that one and paste in the new one, just like that. And now if I just go down and save these settings, you can see what's going to happen. So first it's going to give me the little, your changes have been saved up here. Now I'll just go back over to our website and I'll just refresh this. So now it says all backpacks on sale now, and then I can just click on shop now. And that's going to take me to the backpack product. Now you could also have it take you to the backpacks category if you want as well. So I'll just go back over to WordPress. So if you do want to change it to the backpacks category where you're going to have multiple backpacks, then let's just go ahead and do that. So I'll go back up to where my banner number 1 link was that's going to just the one backpack. And I'm just going to change this to my domain name /backpacks. And naturally, whenever you create a new category, whenever we're actually importing those products from before, whenever you create a new category, it's going to create this page for you. So first what I'm going to do is save this, and then I'll show you how to access those categories and get to those URLs. So I'm just going to click on save. And then we're just going to go over to products and then go to product categories. And I'll just open this up in a new tab just so I can show you. I'm not actually going to change anything in it. But if we go to product categories, you can see now that we have backpacks here. And if we just click on quick edit, you can see that the slug is backpacks. And the slug basically means that whatever's going to come after that / like that. So your domain name / backpacks. Now you don't want to have that / in there. You just want it to say whatever the category is. So if you're unsure and you want to link to one of these categories, just come in here and check to see what the slug is. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. And you can see, so if I go up to my website again, and let's just go over to the home page. So it says backpacks on sale now. I'll just click shop now. That now takes me to my backpacks category. So if I had another backpack right here or here, it's going to show all of them. Now I've only got one right now, so it's only going to show the one. But if you do have multiple products that you want to sell, I recommend linking to your categories. Okay, so let's just go back over to WordPress. And then we can also go ahead and change the banner too if we wanted. Now I'm not going to go too deep into these as far as linking to different categories since I just showed you how to do that. But that's really what you want to do, is just make sure you change this banner text to be something about your products, and then change this link, which is the most important, is where that shop now link is actually going to take them to. Cool. And then the other thing that we're going to change is the banner down here. So we've got the promo banner. So if we just go back over to our website, I'll show you what that looks like. I'll just click on the home page to go back to that, because right now we're just editing the home page. So I just scroll down, you can see we've got this banner here, it's got this image of this girl here, so we want to replace that, and then you can also replace the text as well as the button as well. So let's just go back over here, and I'm just going to replace this. So I'm going to click on remove, and then upload. Then I'm just going to grab the new banner image, so this one's promo banner desktop, click on select. And then we want to do the same for mobile, so I'll just click on upload, grab the mobile version, click on select, and there we go. And then you can change the text down here as well. So you've got the banner heading, so new season. So we could say something like, you know, new camping accessories or something like that. And then the banner text, buy with confidence using the world's most popular and secure payment methods. You could maybe write something about these camping accessories. So we could say something like new tents, sleeping bags, cooking utensils, you know, etc. Something like that. Cooking utensils, just like that. And then you could also change the link text. So I could also just say something like see products, like that. And then I would just want to change the link to go to whatever that camping category is. So that was camping accessories. So I'm just going to go ahead and change that to camping accessories with that slug with the little dash there, because we can't write a space in a slug. And then just click on save settings. And then we'll just go back over to our website and just refresh. And now you can see that banner has the new image in the back, as well as our new text on here and the new button. So it's all working properly. And then the next thing that I'm going to show you is if we just come down here, we've got a featured product settings area. So what this does is it puts a featured slider. So if you feature a product, it's just going to be, you know, any products that you deem as really important, or maybe new ones that you want people to see. So let me show you. So if I go over to the website and come down, it's going to be in between these sections. So we've got this stories section, which is just the blog section, which I can show you how to remove if you don't want it. But underneath here is where we'd actually put the featured products. So let me show you. If I go over to featured products, I can just go to add a product. And then what we're going to do is just select the products that we want to be featured. So let's just say that we want all of them to be featured. I'm just going to check them all. And then go to bulk action and change to add, and then click on apply. And then we can just close out of this. And that's going to add all these products here to our featured list. And then you can change the rotation time on that as well if you want to. And just click on save settings. And then we'll just go back over to our website, and we're just going to refresh this. And now you can see that we've got this featured product area where it's going to scroll through all these products that we put on the featured list, which is really cool. So if you do want to call out some certain products that are performing well, you could put them on the featured list. And then they can just click on it and it will take them to the product. So let's just go back over to WordPress. And if you wanted, you could also get rid of the blog by just clicking on this. If you don't want to show the blog, if you do want to write a blog, all you have to do is just go over to posts, and then you can just add a new post and just write a new blog post, and that's automatically going to show up here in the blog area if you have it to say show blog. But I don't really want to write any blog posts for this store, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that off. And then you can also write a small article at the bottom of your website if you want to as well, but we really don't need that on our website, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it blank. So I'm just going to click on Save Settings. Okay, so now we can move on to step number 7, which is to create a logo and a favicon. So we want to make sure that your site is branded, obviously, with your own logo and your own favicon, which is just this image up here. It's a little shopping cart right now, just as a default, but it's going to be this little image that's on the browser tab. And then also your logo for the site as well. So if we go over to our site currently, we've got, this standard Salvador Dali logo. So we also want to create a white one, and then we also want to create a black one for whenever we scroll down, you can see that it turns to black on this white banner. So let's just go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is just go up to a new tab and then just go to logo maker without the e.com. And this is an awesome free software that you can use online. You don't have to download anything in order to create a free logo within minutes. So what we're going to do first is just click on create a new design. And we'll just go ahead and skip this little tutorial because I'll show you how to use it. So what you can do is just search for a graphic up here. So it depends on what your website is about. Mine's about outdoors. So I'm going to type in something like compass and hit enter. And it's going to show me all of these amazing compass images, which is really cool. So we can just select any one that we want. You can also combine multiple images to create your own icon, but I'm going to go ahead and just select one that I think will work, like maybe this one. And then you can just resize it by just dragging up on one of the corners. You can move it around by clicking and dragging. And you can also change the color over here. So you've got the hue, which is going to be this outside circle. And then you've got the saturation, which is just this box in the middle. Now I'm going to do black for now. And I'm also going to add some text. So I'm going to click on the little text button. And I'm just going to type in my company name. So I'm just going to do Vive. And then I'm also going to change the font. So you've got the font category. So you've got things like 3D, handwriting, scary, simple, and modern, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the simple and modern. I do recommend kind of playing around in these and seeing which ones you like. Usually, a clean font is a better way to go than something crazy and kind of cartoony. So I'm going to go over to the font family up here. And you can see there's just tons of different fonts in here that you can choose from. So I'll just select one that I like. Like this one's pretty bold. And then I'm going to scale this up. And I'm also going to make it black, just like that. And I'll just drag this down, and I'll put my logo next to it, and maybe scale this down just a little bit as well to be something like that. And there we go. Within just 2 minutes, we've created a whole logo for our site, which looks great. So if you want to save this logo, first what I recommend doing is cropping. So we're going to click on the little crop button down here. And I'm just going to drag this in and maybe drag this out a little bit just to give it a little bit of room. And then I'll drag these bottom ones in and the top one so it kind of fits neatly on there. And then I'll just click on apply crop with the little check mark. And now what we can do is just click on the save logo button up here at the top right. And it's going to ask you if you want to buy the high resolution version for 20 bucks. But you can use the low resolution by just clicking on no thanks, download the low resolution file. And this is going to be completely for free. And the low res file is plenty high enough to use on a website. You don't really want to have a logo that's super high res, because again, the more high res images you have on your site, the slower it's going to load. So I'm going to say no thanks, download the low resolution file, and then just ask you to credit Logo Maker. And then that just hit my downloads there. And I'm going to close out of this. And we're also going to need a white logo for the main site. So what we can do is just select the text as well as the icon by just holding Shift and clicking both. And I'm going to make them both white. And then again, I'm just going to click on Save Logo. And then again, no thanks, download the low resolution file. So that's going to download that there as well. And then we also need a favicon, which is going to be this image up here in the little browser tab. So we want to replace this kind of standard shopping cart. So what we're going to do is just change our icon back to black. And we're going to delete our text by just simply clicking on it, hitting the delete key. And we're just going to drag this this icon up to be bigger. And don't worry, I will show you how to expose it in a second. So now we're just going to go back over to crop. Whenever this gets out of the way, there we go, crop. And then we're just going to resize this crop. And you want this to be as close to a perfect square as you can. So you can kind of see the values here. I'm at 411 by 412 pixels. So that's what we want right there. A perfect square with the width and the height you can see in yellow. And then what you want to do is just center it right around your favicon and click on the little check mark. And there we go. So now again, just click on Save Logo. And then no thanks, download the low resolution file for that as well. Cool. So now you can just go ahead and click on the X. And now I've also provided these logos in the description for those follow along images as well if you do want to follow along with me. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and close the downloads down here. And then we're just going to go back over to WordPress. And then from here, what we're going to do is just go down here to General underneath Customization and just click on that. And then you can see this is where we're going to put in our favicon. So let's just go ahead and remove this one. And then we'll just click on Upload. And then we're going to go over to Upload Files, select Files, and I'm just going to grab my favicon right here. Click on Open. And then we're just going to click on Select. Just like that. So there's our favicon. So now I'll just go ahead and click on Save Settings. Cool. So now the changes have been saved. So now I'm just going to go up here to my site and I'll just refresh that. And there you can see our new favicon has been added, which matches our brand. So that's really cool. So let's just go back over to WordPress. And then we want to put in our logo. So what we're going to do is just go on over to Header. And here is where you can replace the black and the white logo. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these and click on Upload. And I'm just going to go to Upload Files, select Files. And I'm going to grab both the black logo and the white logo and upload them both. And I'm just going to start with the black logo here and click on Select. And then it's going to ask you to crop this. So we'll just kind of resize this just a bit to be this full page here. There we go. And then just click on Crop. And then we want to do the same with the white logo. So I'll just remove this, click on Upload, and then I'm going to grab the white logo, say Select, and then again just crop the white logo as well, just like that, and just say Crop. And then you can also change the logo position if you want it to be in the center or on the left side of the screen if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in the center and then just say Save Settings. And then we'll just go back over to our site and I'm just going to scroll up to the top and refresh the page. And there we go. There's our new logo in there, which is looking good. And if we scroll down, and then we get that white menu comes up with the black logo, which looks really good. Cool. So let's just go back over to WordPress. And now we want to move on to step number 8, which is to generate pages. And by pages, I mean standard pages that come with your site, like terms and conditions, FAQs, things like that, you can actually automatically generate them. So let me show you what I mean. If we go over to the website and we scroll all the way down to the bottom to where the footer is, you can see that we have no pages in here. So we want to go ahead and put some in. And again, this theme, which is why I recommend this theme, it generates these pages automatically, and then all you have to do is just click on them and you can just edit them however you want. So let's just go back over to WordPress, and we're just going to go over to General again. And then up here it says Add Default Pages and Menus. Let's just go ahead and click on Create. And then just go ahead and click on Save Settings. And then that's going to save your changes up there. And you're not going to see these pages show up here, but they've been added to the site. So we'll just go back over to our site and just refresh the page. And now if we scroll down, you can see that we've got all of these pages added here, like About Us, Contact Us, Privacy Policy, FAQs, everything. And if you do want to edit any one of these, you can just go ahead and click on it, like let's say the Privacy Policy. And you can see we've got all of our privacy policy stuff here. And then you can just click on Edit Page in order to actually edit this information. Okay, so now we can move on to a quick step, which is going to be step number 9, change your colors. So whenever I say change your colors, I mean of certain things on your website with the shop. So I'll just go back to my website. And let's just go down to maybe one of these products. Let's say something like this little fire pit, and I'll show you what I mean. So you can change the color of the Add to Cart button, the stars up here, this little On Sale tab right here. So let me show you how to do that in case you don't want just kind of like this black theme or maybe this color. So let's just go back over to WordPress, and then we're just going to scroll down inside the General menu, which is underneath Customization. We're just going to scroll down. And you'll see template colors right here. So certain ones with the Dali theme and a lot of other free themes is that you really don't need to change the template or buttons color or anything like that. But you can change the discount color. So we'll just do maybe something like an orange so I can show you. Maybe something like this. And then just say choose. And then just save the settings. And then we'll just go back over to our site. I'll just refresh this. And now you can see that that little On Sale tab is now orange. You can change it to any color that you want. And then I'll also show you how to change the cart as well as the stars. So let's just go back over here. And then you can see that we can change our prices color, our star rating. So we'll start with that. We'll do the star rating color and just change that to like a yellow, because typically stars are yellow. Maybe like kind of an orangish yellow. Something like that. And then just say choose. And then the cart payment buttons color, we'll just change that. Let's say that we want to make this kind of like a blue color. Something like this. And then just say choose. And then you can also change the hover as well on that. I think I'm going to leave that as a dark color, like that dark gray right there. And then you can also change the cart icon color if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and just leave that as dark. And just say save settings. And then let's just go back over to our site and we'll just refresh this again. And now you can see that the Add to Cart button is now blue, and whenever I hover over it turns to this kind of dark gray, as well as our stars are now yellow, which I think looks a lot better. It just makes them pop a lot more, really shows off that 5-star rating. So I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so now we'll move on to step number 10, which is to customize your menu. And by the menu, I'm referring to this one up here at the top. You can see that we've got all of these, categories in here, costumes, jewelry, all that, which we don't actually have on our site. This is actually kind of like a placeholder that got added. So we're actually going to remove these and put in our own custom links up here in our menu. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just go over to WordPress. And actually, sorry, let's go back here and just go to our home page. So we can still see that menu, and it's going to be, this transparent one. So now let's just go back over to WordPress. And then we're just going to come down here to Appearance, and we're just going to go over to Menus. Cool. So here is your menu dashboard here. So right now we've got the About menu pulled up, which is going to be this one right here. And what that is actually at the bottom here in the footer. So if we scroll all the way down, that is this menu right here. You've also got the Let Us Help You menu down there as well. So what you can do is just go back here to WordPress and you can select which menu you want to edit. So I'm not really going to get into the about and let us help you. I'm going to show you how to edit the main menu, and then these kind of just work the same way. So let's do the main menu, which is the one at the top. So once I do that, I'm just going to hit select, and then that's going to show us everything in that main menu up at the top. And again, these are all created for you, and we don't actually have these on our site. So first thing that we're going to do is actually just delete all these. So you can just open it up and hit remove, and you just want to do that for each one of these. Just drop down and click remove. So I'm just going to do the rest of these really quick. Okay, so now once everything has been cleared from that menu, we can now start from scratch. And you're going to find everything that you can add to your menu over here in these boxes. So by default, the pages category is open right now. So you can just toggle that on and off by clicking. And if you do want to see all the pages that you have on your site, you can just click view all. That's going to show you everything like the about us page, contact us page, all of that kind of stuff. But typically for a store or a dropshipping store, you'd want to put links to different categories of products, or maybe certain products themselves. If you have one product that's performing really well, you could just put that product up in here. So let's just say that I wanted to do that. I wanted to add a product that is doing really well, and I just want people to get right to that product from my main menu. I'm just going to open up products down here. Then you can just select which product you want to put in there. So let's say that the backpack is doing really well. So I'm just going to click on that and then just say add to menu. And then that's going to add that to my menu here. Now also what I want to do is add some product categories. So I'll go over to product categories right here and open that up. And let's just say that I want all my categories like camping accessories, backpacks, and water bottles to all be in there. And these are my parent categories, and then I've got the actual subcategories underneath. But let's just say that I want to add the parent categories in there. So I'll just say add to menu. And now that's just going to add them in here, just like that. And then let's also say I want to go over to pages and maybe add like a contact us page, just in case they need to get in touch with me. So I will say contact us right here. Or you could even do the account page as well if they want to access their account. So I'll do both of those. And then just say add to menu. Cool. And then you can also restructure these to be in a certain order. So top to bottom is going to be how they're going to look left to right. So let me show you first what I mean. First, I'm just going to click save menu. And then let's just go back over to our site. And we are just going to go to the top and refresh. So now you can see that we've got all of our different buttons in here that we put on our new menu. So that's looking a lot better. So what we can do is go back over to here and we can change the order. So let's say that I wanted something like camping accessories to be first. I could go over here to WordPress, and then I will just grab camping accessories and I'll just move that to the top, just like that, and click save menu. And then I'm just going to go back over to my site and just refresh. And now you can see camping accessories is first. Okay, so now for step number 11, let's create a drop-down menu for different subcategories. So I'll just go back over here, and let's say that I want to add these subcategories. So here, let's go over to product categories, and let's also add these subcategories. So fire pits, survival gear, waterproof backpacks, laptop backpack, and sports bottles. Just go ahead and add those to the menu. And now what I want to do is structure these in a way that they're going to be underneath their parent categories. So let's say that I wanted waterproof backpacks to be underneath backpacks. What you want to do is, instead of putting it right here, you want to move it over to the right just a little bit. So it creates kind of this stair stepper effect. And now that's going to come up underneath backpacks. So I'll do the same with laptop backpacks. I'll just put that underneath just like that. Fire pits, I'll put that underneath camping accessories. I'll put maybe survival gear. I'll just leave that as its own category. I'll just kind of move that over underneath water bottles. And then maybe sports bottles, I'll put that underneath water bottles. So now I've got these parent categories like camping, backpacks, and water bottles, and then these subcategories underneath. And then if I even wanted, I could just move the waterproof backpack to be underneath backpacks, and I'll just kind of put that as another subcategory underneath laptop backpacks, or I could put it underneath waterproof backpacks. So that way we've got a 3-tiered system now. So now if I just say save menu, and then we go back over to our site and just refresh the page. Cool, so now you can see there's these little arrows added on top of all these little buttons. So now if I go to camping accessories, you can see fire pits is added, backpacks, you can see waterproof backpacks, and then the actual product itself, same with water bottles, and it kind of shows the products that are in those, which is pretty cool too. So that's how you create a drop-down menu on your site as well. All right, so now let's move on to step number 12, which is to set up email order notifications. So I am going to be getting into how to create payment methods and shipping methods and all that, and we'll even do a test payment. But what we need to do first is set up email notifications for you and the customer. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is just go over to the AliDropship menu over here, and then we're going to go down to settings, and then just go down to notifications. So the first thing that we're going to do is change the service up here. We're going to change it to SMTP right here. And then we just need to put in this information here. So the way to find this information is just to go to your hosting company. So in the beginning I signed up for HostGator, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign in to HostGator, to my account that I use to purchase this website hosting. And I'm just going to click on sign in, and I'm going to go to portal, and then just put in the email that I use to sign up. And then right here for your hosting package, you'll see your domain name over here. We're just going to click on email accounts. So we're going to go ahead and create a custom one at our domain name. So it could be something like support, or it could be maybe shop, whatever it is that you want to use. It would be shop@yourdomainname.com. And then I'll just go ahead and create a password, and then put in that password again, just like that. And then for the mailbox quota, I'm just going to change this to unlimited so that we never run out of space, and just say create account. And there we go, that has now been created. So if we just scroll down, you can see that account right here. And I do have a video on my channel that I'll also link in the description, where you can actually hook up this email here at yourdomainname.com over to your Gmail account, so that anything that comes through this email address will show up in your Gmail inbox. So I do recommend doing that, and I'll put the link to that in the description. Now what we're going to do here is just click on Setup Mail Client, and we're just going to be needing some of these settings over here. So if we just go back over to WordPress, you can see what we need first: the SMTP host and the SMTP port, the username, and the password. So the host is actually just going to be our domain name. So I'm going to put in my domain name, just like that. And then the port, we're just going to come back over here to set up mail client, and you'll see the port is 465. So we'll just go ahead and put that in, just like that. And then we just need the username and the password. So you can see that we've got the username here, and then the same password that we used to set up this email account here. So I'm just going to take this username here, copy it, and then just come put it in over here, and click paste. And then the password is just going to be the same one that we used to create that account, which is obviously blurred out for a reason. And then the last thing that we're going to do is change the encryption over to use SSL, because we're actually using an SSL on our site, which gives us this little lock symbol up here to make sure that our website's secure. So we're going to be using that one. And then just go ahead and click on Save Changes. And then the other thing that we're going to do is come down here to Purchase Email Notification, and it's going to send a copy over to your email at Gmail. So this is going to be whatever you use to sign up for WordPress with and everything else. So I'd recommend using the same email here. And then you've got the email subject is thank you for your order. This is just going to send you this kind of like template email. Now all this stuff is obviously going to get filled in with the customer's info here. So really just kind of ignore all these, crazy codes and things like that here. So what we're going to do is actually just send a test. And that's going to say that it just sent a test email over to our Gmail account. So now what I'm going to do is just go over to my Gmail account and just check that to make sure that that all went through, which you can see it did right here, the very top one. And now obviously it's blank. It doesn't actually have anyone's details in it yet because they haven't actually created an order, and I will show you how to do a test order in just a little bit. But first we need to move on to step number 13, which is to set up payment methods. Because what good is a dropshipping website if you can't get paid for the orders that people are putting in? So let's go ahead and set that up. So first thing that we're going to do is just go back over to WordPress, and I'll just kind of close out of some of these tabs to kind of clean things up a little bit. And then we're just going to go over to payments right over here. So you can just click on payments underneath settings. And here is where you can put in the credit and debit card information so that people can pay you through their credit card. So first thing that we're going to do is change the service from PayPal over to Stripe. And Stripe is just the free service that we're going to use in order to have that money be sent over to our account. So it's just kind of like a safe method for people to pay. It's super highly rated. Tons and tons of websites all over the internet use Stripe. So what we're going to do is just give this a title, like credit/debit card, like that. And then we're just going to enable the Stripe payment option. And then you can see if we just scroll down, we're going to need to put in a few details here. So you definitely want to make sure that your currency is in the correct currency for wherever your store is, or whatever country that you're hosting your store in. I'm in the US, so I'm going to leave that as the US dollar because that's kind of how I want to be paid. And then just make sure it says your language. And then we just need to put in a couple of keys here, which you can get at Stripe. So if you don't have a Stripe account, let's just go ahead and sign up for one. So we'll just go over to stripe.com, and we're just going to go down to Start Now. And then we can just go ahead and create an account. And I'll just put in my full name and a password. And then just say create account. And here we are inside of our Stripe account dashboard already, just like that. It's super easy. So you do need to do a couple things like verify your email. So we'll just go ahead and expand that. And it's going to say that they sent you a verification link to your email. And then we can just go ahead and open up our email and get that. So I'm going to just go to my email, which I actually already have open right here. And just go back. And I'll just refresh this. And you can see that we've got the email right here. And then I'm just going to click on verify email address. And then the next thing that we need to do is activate our Stripe account. So I'm just going to open that up. And then I'm just going to say start now. And it's going to ask you for a bunch of stuff for your business. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in my information and then just say next. And then you would just want to select whatever industry that your store is in. So I'm just going to say retail. And I will just say something like, I'll just say other merchandise for now. And then the website, which is just going to be your new domain name. And then a description of your products. And then just click on next. And then we're just going to say no, our products are shipped from a fulfillment house. And then it says how long after paying will your customers typically receive their goods. We'll say about within 2 weeks, or you could do within a month. It's really going to depend on what your shipping methods are that you chose whenever you chose your products. But I'm just going to go ahead and say within 2 weeks. And then this is what's going to actually show up whenever somebody were to pay. So the statement descriptor, it's going to say your domain name up here. So we could actually just change that to something like viveoutdoorgear.com, or you could even just do the Vive Outdoor, which we could do on the shortened description. So we could just do Vive Outdoor Gear, or actually it's not going to be that long. So we'll just do Vive, and then we'll do Vive Outdoor Gear as what comes up as the statement descriptor. And then this is just the shortened version. So it just says Vive and then whatever the product is. And then again, phone number and support address. So again, if you have a PO box or something, you'd want to put that in here. And then just click next. And then you'll just want to put in your bank account details so that you can actually receive this money to your account. It's going to be direct deposited to your account. And then click on next. And then you'll just want to use the two-step authentication, so I'm just going to use the SMS by phone. So I'll just put in a number, my phone number, and it's just going to send you a little bit of a code, and then you'll just put in that code. And then you'll just want to save this little code somewhere, wherever you can. So I'll just copy it to the clipboard. It's just in case you lose your phone and then you need to do the two-step authentication again. So just go ahead and copy that and put it somewhere safe on your computer. And then we'll just say next. And then just kind of review all of your details, make sure it all looks good, and then just click on done. Cool, so now we still need to get the publishable key and the secret key. So what we're gonna do is just go over to developers and then just click on API keys. And you'll see the publishable key here and then the little secret key. And what we're gonna do is actually check view test data, because we're gonna end up doing a test purchase on our site. So this is gonna allow us to use kind of like a default credit card that they give you in order to actually make a purchase on your site. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, which has been copied to my clipboard, and I'm just going to go put that in over here underneath the publishable. And then I'll also want to put in the secret key. Which just copied, and then we'll just put that in here. And then just click on Save Changes. And there we go, your credit card settings have been saved. And then now you can also do PayPal if you want. So you can enable the PayPal option right here. So I'll just go ahead and click on that. Make sure that your currency is correct. And then we're also going to change the integration method over to Classic. And that just means that all we're going to really do is just put in our PayPal email. So wherever, if you do have a PayPal account, which most people do, it's really easy. You can just go over to paypal.com and sign up for an account. And you could do personal or business. I recommend just starting with personal, and then once you start making a lot of money, then you can always go to a business account, because they're going to ask for a bunch of information about your business. But yeah, just make sure that you have an account. Then you just want to put in whatever that email is where you want to receive payments through PayPal right here. And then just go ahead and click Save Changes. And then the cash on delivery is really just if you want people to be able to give cash whenever your item is actually delivered, but I really don't recommend doing that. You really want people to be paying for the product before they actually get it. So we're only going to do these two options. And then before I go show you the site that this is all hooked up now, the other thing that we want to do is actually add some trustworthy icons that let the people know that it is safe in order to put in their credit card information here. So in order to do that, just click on the main menu right here. And we're just going to go down to customization and then just go to checkout features. And what we're going to do is just scroll down, and we're going to enable the trust box. So that's going to put these little symbols on here that lets people know that, hey, this is all safe, it's good to go. And you can even change the text here if you want as well. And then we'll also scroll down and do this one as well. Just anything we can to make it look much safer for people. So let's just go ahead and save these settings. And we'll save these as well. Cool, so now let's go ahead and check out our website so I can show you. So we'll just open this up in a new tab. And we're just gonna go down and add some products. So let's just say that we want to add this fire pit product. I'll just go ahead and click on it. And I'm just gonna say add to cart. And that's gonna add it to our cart over here. So now I'll just go to proceed to checkout. And there you can see we've got our trustable stickers over here, trustworthy stickers, as well as down here. And then we can now put in our information here, and then we can continue to the shipping method, which will go to the payment method. Now if you want, you can do a one page. So right here is where you'd put in your shipping stuff, and then you'd go over to the next one. But really, we want this to be kind of like an easy one page sort of deal. So let's go ahead and change that. Just go back over here. And we'll just scroll up to the top here and just check one page checkout and say save settings. And then let's go back and refresh this. There we go. So now you can see that we've got the credit card payment over here, as well as PayPal option, and they can put in their shipping details and do everything all on one page and then just complete the order. Now, before we actually do the test payment to make sure that everything is working, I do want to move on to step number 14, which is to set up shipping methods. So right now you can see that all we have is the free shipping method. I'll show you how to configure this a little bit better, as well as add an expedited shipping, or some sort of fancy shipping if you want to pay for a quicker shipping method. And again, this is all going to depend on the products that you put on your site and whether the manufacturer can actually send them that fast. So make sure that whenever you're on AliExpress looking for products, that they're actually able to do some sort of expedited shipping method. So let's go ahead and set up the shipping. So I'm just going to go back over to my WordPress dashboard, and then I'm just going to go to AliDropship, and then we're just going to come down here to settings and go over to shipping. So here is where you're going to put in all of the countries that you want to ship to. Right now it says all are selected, so that's every single country. So what you'd want to do is unselect all, and then just select the countries that you ship to. So I would do something like United States, and I'll do that. I also was shipping to Australia. I could do maybe like New Zealand because it's right nearby. And you could just add any that you want. I could do China if I wanted. Just depends on what, again, your manufacturers are actually able to ship to. And you find all that information on AliExpress. So let's just say that I did all those. So I've got 4 selected. I might have a lot more depending on the products. And then you'd want to select your default country, which is where you are. So I'm in the United States, so I'm just going to click Save Changes. And then the next thing that we want to do is make sure that we have free shipping applied to all products right here, which we do, and it's set to enabled. And that's $0 of any product in order to qualify for free shipping. And then we also want to set up maybe like an expedited shipping. So we've got expedited down here. We can also apply that to all products, and it doesn't matter the amount. Again, we just want to apply it to all products and give them the option in order to pay for expedited shipping. So what we want to do is actually come in here and edit this and edit the amount. So shipping ID is expedited. The title, you could put expedited shipping. Just like that. And then the delivery time, you'd want to put in whatever that delivery time is. So you'd want to put something like, I don't know, 3 to 5 business days or whatever it might be. It's all going to depend on the products that you choose from AliExpress and whether those products actually have expedited shipping on them and how long that shipping is. So that's all that stuff that I showed you in the beginning whenever you're searching for products and checking the shipping methods. So you just want to put in the exact same numbers here for whatever their expedited shipping is. So this is just kind of a placeholder, so don't exactly copy this, but I'm just going to put it in for now. And then for the shipping cost, we're going to put in something like $10, or you could do $20, whatever it might be, but I'll just do $10. And then you can choose your shipping zone down here, and then you can apply it to all products or certain categories if you want to, but I'm going to apply it to all products and just click Add. And then you could even select certain products here if you wanted to, but I'm just going to apply it to all of them. So I'm just going to say Add, 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 and Add. And then just click on the X. So there we go. Apply to these products. So you could do certain ones if you want to. It's all going to depend. So this is what you want to do. It's going to get a little meticulous coming in here and writing the exact number of business days depending on what each product is. Now these are all going to have different expedited shippings. So again, this is sort of just like a placeholder to show you how to set up these shipping methods. So now I'm just going to click on Save. There we go. And then just click Back. And there we go. Now we've got our cost is $10 for our expedited shipping, and we've got 5 products in there. You could also apply it to all products if you want to. I just went ahead and selected them all. Now let's just go up and click on Save Changes. And then let's just go back to our shopping cart, and I'm just going to refresh this page. And now you can see we've got expedited shipping over here, which you can select right here, and then that's just going to add that shipping cost to the total amount. And then they've also got free shipping on all these products as well. And if you do want to put in a time, like let's say, 10 to 15 business days or whatever it might be, or 10 to 20, you can just go back over to shipping, go over to free and click on edit. And then you can put in that delivery time here. So I would say something like, let's say 10 to 15 business days. And again, it's all going to depend on which products you select and what the manufacturer can actually ship. So you want to make sure that these are going to match the manufacturer. Otherwise, if you say 10 to 15, but it takes 20, they're going to be a little upset that they got their product late and they might leave you a bad review. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on save and then save changes. And then go back to the shopping cart and just refresh this. And now you can see 10 to 15 business days is the free version. And now before we do the test payment, I want to show you step number 15, which is to customize your thank you page. So whenever somebody actually submits an order, it's going to take them to a thank you page that has like a confirmation of their order, which you'll see in the next step whenever we do the test payment. And I'll also show you how to check orders and things like that and submit orders. But for right now, let's go ahead and customize that page before we get there. So let's just go back over to WordPress. And then we are just going to go down. Actually, we're going to go up to main menu. And we're going to go down to customization and then go over to thank you. And here you can see there's an image on there for the thank you page. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that and put in our own. So I'm just going to go to upload. And I'll just select one from my media library, like let's say this one right here. And then I'll just say select. And then you can also crop it if you want to. So I could do something like this, or maybe move it up just a little bit. Just grab like the best part of the image here with the mountains in the back. Then I'll just say crop. And then what you can do is come down here and you can customize that page a little bit. It's going to say thank you for your order's been placed, things like that. So, or if their order's failed, you can customize the message here if you want. But I'm going to just go ahead and leave everything as default. But depending on your shop, you might want to customize this. So I'll just say save settings. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to step number 16, which is to do a test payment and submit orders. So obviously you want to know how to submit these orders so that people can actually get their products. Otherwise, you'll get bad reviews if you're just getting a bunch of orders but not actually giving people any product. Now you don't actually have to ship the product, but you do have to do a little bit on your end to actually submit it to AliExpress. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm just going to go over to my site and I'll just go ahead and add a product. I'll just do like this magic fire colorful flames one. And I'll just say add to cart. I'll just do the 10-gram one, add to cart. And then we've got it in our cart over here. So now I'm just going to proceed to checkout as if I were, actually a customer. And then you can see that you've got to fill out the information here. So let's just say I'm a customer, I'm filling out my info. I would put in my shipping info here, and then I would just continue to payment. So again, I'm just acting as a customer here. So you can do a test payment though as an owner, because what you do is whenever you actually sign up for Stripe over here, you're actually able to do a test payment with kind of like their test credit card. It's sort of like a fake credit card that doesn't actually send any sort of money. It's purely for testing purposes. And what that number is 4242 4242 4242 4242. And then you can just put in your name as the cardholder name. And then you can put in any expiration date and CVC that you want. It's completely random as long as it's an actual month that's ahead in time and not one that's already passed. So I'll just do something like 11/20. And then for the CVC, I'll just do 123. Again, you don't actually have to put in any specific details here. What's actually happening is it's reading this sort of test credit card number here. And again, this is purely for testing purposes to make sure that your shop is actually running properly. So once the customer were to actually put in their credit card and select their shipping, it's going to give them their total here. So then I'll just say complete order. And that's going to take them over to the thank you page. That's going to give them a confirmation. It's going to give them an order number here. It's got their shipping address on there and everything else. And then they'll also get an email as well of this confirmation of the order. And you as the shop owner will also get an email that an order has been placed on your site. Now, as a shop owner, here is where you come in. So let's say that you are logged in to your site through WordPress, and you get an order email notification. You can just log into your site, which again is just your domainname.com/wp-admin. And then what you want to do is just come up here to AliDropship, and then you would just come down here to orders. And then you'll see the customer's order right here. And it says fulfillment is not processed. And you could actually change that to processed, shipped, completed, or refunded if you had to refund them. But before you actually do that, you want to submit the order to AliExpress. And what's going to happen is you're actually going to pay for the product yourself on AliExpress for the base price. So on my site, it's up to $8. On AliExpress, I think it's pretty low. It was like a $3 product or something. Now again, if you're selling more expensive products, then those markups are going to be a lot higher and you'll receive a lot more money. But I'm just doing kind of a cheap product for now just to show you. So what happens is whenever you get an order as a shop owner, you just go ahead and click on it. And it's got the customer's shipping details over in here. And what you'd want to do is just submit this order through AliExpress. So you can just click on place order automatically. And it's going to start auto-filling all this information over to AliExpress for you. And if it doesn't start doing it immediately, there should be a little continue button, which you can just go ahead and click on that, and you might just have to sign in to your AliExpress. Now I'm already actually signed in. So what it's going to do is it's going to open up AliExpress just like that, like it's doing now. And you want to just kind of give it a minute to auto-fill everything. Just like that. So it should automatically fill their shipping information and everything else. And if it doesn't, just give it a minute, you should see it start to do its thing. And then you can see that all that we really have to pay is the $2.47. And so what you're going to do is actually pay for this order. So underneath payment methods, you would just select the payment method. And if for some reason you don't get taken to this page, you can just click on buy, and then it will automatically fill in their shipping information. But mine just kind of did it automatically. And yours should as well. But what we're going to do is select a payment method, and I'll just do a card. And I'm actually going to put in my card info here and basically pay for the product, but it's going to be shipped to the customer's address. And again, I'm only paying the $2.47, but on my site, I marked it up to $8. So I actually got that margin because I made the sale. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in my card info. And then what I recommend doing is saving this card so that you can do this again for all your other orders, and then change the address of the billing. So you don't want it to be the same as the customer's, which is in here right now. You'd want to put it in as your address. So again, if you have a PO box or something, that's where you'd want to put that in. It's going to be whatever address is hooked up to your card. And then you just go ahead and click on continue. And then once that's done, you just want to go ahead and place the order. And it's going to say payment successful, which is awesome, and then they will ship it to the customer. So then what you'd want to do is come over here to WordPress, and now that says completed, which is awesome. So then you just go ahead and close out of this. And then you just want to change the fulfillment from not processed over to shipped or processed. But shipped is the better way to go because then they're going to handle all that stuff. And then whenever they actually get their product, you can change it to completed. So you can just go ahead and change it to shipped. Or if you don't want to manually change this fulfillment to shipped every time, you can just go over here to settings and just go over to general. And then you'll see order fulfillment up here. And then you can just mark orders as processed or mark them as shipped, which is the way to go because then automatically it's just going to immediately get marked in there. And then you know to just go in and actually order it. That way you don't have to keep manually going back and changing all the fulfillment orders yourself. And then just go ahead and save changes. And another thing that I want to mention is that if you ever have any questions about how to work anything with AliDropship, there's these little how it works buttons up on all of these cards here. So it doesn't matter on anything that you're in this customized menu or any of the settings. You can just click on one of these buttons and it will take you over to AliDropship's help knowledge base, and it will tell you everything about it. It even gives you a video and tells you how to work that one section and what everything does. So this is a great way to get information in case you're ever confused. And then you can also just go over to help.alidropship.com wordpress.com. And then you can access their entire knowledge base here. And you've got all these different categories like getting started, settings, common errors, products, orders and shippings, literally everything. So if you ever have any questions, this is a great place to go. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our final website. So I'm just gonna go ahead and refresh this. And yeah, we've got an awesome website here with a working menu up at the top. We've got our banner images here with the little shop now buttons that go to our various sales that we want. We've got our products in here, which is really cool. We've got a promo banner here. We've got our featured product slider here, which is awesome. And we've got our footer down at the bottom. If you do want to set up a subscribe form, you can do that by just simply going over here and going to customization, and you can just click on subscribe form and set that up with like MailChimp or Constant Contact, anything that you want to do. It's a pretty lengthy process. It's really something that I should just do an entire video for, so keep an eye out on my channel for that. And then we can just add any sort of product that we want to the cart. So I'll just go ahead and click on this. And we've got an awesome product page here with the price. You can see that it's on sale, which is cool. We've got our reviews in here. Everything's customized. We've got our images, all of our reviews down here. And we can add this to our cart. And we've got a working shopping cart over here. And then again, our whole checkout page is working well since we just did that in the last step as well. So everything on our site is working and looking great. Alright guys, so that was how to create a dropshipping website with WordPress. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button or leave me a comment if you built one with me today. And feel free to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials on how to build professional websites from scratch and how to make money with websites. And if you want more quick tips, web design inspiration, or behind the scenes fun for this channel, check me out on TikTok and Instagram. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.